Today's questioner asks, what are some ways to combat university burnout? After completing my bachelor's degree, I was beyond burnt out. The only plan I could muster up the energy for was planning to move home and become a leech on society. It didn't last long. When I left law school, I spent the summer working as a counselor at a summer camp because I was burnt out again and needed a break from the going, doing, achieving. So I'm answering this question with the love, compassion, knowledge, and experience of someone who managed to get burnout at school not once, but twice. Here's my advice. Don't try to do everything. You might have heard that these are the best years of your life. You might feel pressured to try and cram in as much as possible. The truth is, you can have the best years of your life at any point. I'm much happier in my own skin and with my life at 42 than I was at 22. If something lights you up, do it. But don't force yourself to do all the things just for the sake of being able to say you did them. Make sure you're getting plenty of self-care. Self-care is how you refill your mental, emotional, and physical energy reserves. Figure out what self-care techniques work for you and make sure you incorporate them every day. A little hint here, true self-care makes you feel like you just got a loving, warm hug from your favorite person in the world. It isn't the same thing as distraction or self-work. Grab your copy of my free self-care toolkit to learn how to make self-care work for you and your life. This one follows closely on the previous point, but make sure you're treating your body respectfully. Do you need more sleep? Are you eating nourishing food or cold pizza that's been sitting on your dorm room floor? Are you hydrated? Are you getting exercise and fresh air? College is a great time to explore, experience, and have fun. But try to focus on moderation and listening to and respecting what your body needs. Consider taking time off. I wish I had given myself permission to take some time off. Time to work or travel. Time to just be in the world and figure out what I might want to do. Think of school as something to complement your goals in life, not as a roadblock you need to get through in order to achieve your goals. And consider if you're in the right program. If you're struggling to complete coursework in an area you're not excited about, it takes so much more energy, which in turn leads to faster burnout. Are you passionate about art but feel like the responsible choice is to get a business degree? If you're unhappy doing the coursework now, how unhappy will you be working in a job in this field for the rest of your life? If you're an introvert, find ways to be alone. I have no idea why, but my college library had a children's book section. No one ever went there. There was a cozy chair in that area, and I could curl up and be by myself for hours on end. For introverts, being constantly surrounded by others can be a real challenge. Make sure you find time to get away and recharge alone. Aim for B+. This one might be really hard to accept, but no one is going to ask you for your GPA when you apply for a job. In fact, I've been part of the hiring process for numerous people, and at no point would I have automatically picked a candidate with a 4.0 over one with a 3.5. There are so many other much more important factors that come into play. The effort to get from B+ to A+ can be immense. Take a deep breath and use that time for extra self-care. Finally, remember that every yes is also a no, and every no is also a yes. When you say yes to something, what does that mean you can't do with that time? And when you say no to something, what does that enable you to do? For instance, when you're exhausted after getting a major paper turned in, saying no to going out with friends means saying yes to an early night of restorative sleep. Conversely, saying yes to going out means saying no to that sleep and being even more run down and exhausted the next day. If you're already feeling burnt out, the best thing you can do is up your self-care and find ways to cut back on your output of mental, physical, and emotional energy. To learn more about self-care and how to make it work for you and your life, get my free self-care toolkit. I'll add a link to download it in the show notes below. Give yourself the grace and permission to say no to some things so that you can get the deep rest and restoration that you need, so you can say yes to all the things that light you up and make you excited about your college experience. I'm sending you a great big hug. You've got this. I hope you enjoyed this bit of solicited advice. Make sure you subscribe to my channel to be notified whenever I post new content.